want to review conversions. And when we're converting from one unit to another unit. And a couple of things that I want to point out first. When you're converting, you're always converting the same kind of units. So if you start with length units, you're always converting to other length units. If you have area units, you're always converting to area units. So this is always going to be true for the conversions that we're going to do. And I wanted to just show you a couple more examples of this and how we can convert. So let's just take a number or a measurement like 20.2 centimeters. And we want to convert this into meters. Now, the prefix centi is abbreviated with the letter C. So that's where we get the factor that relates the centimeters to the meter. Technically, centi means 0.01. But I think it's more helpful for you to think about how many centimeters there are in a meter. So I would always borrow from the knowledge that you already have. And you know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So this is the conversion factor that we're going to use in the problem. So with all of these conversion factors, this is how you need to set the problem up. You start by writing down what was given. So 20.2 centimeters was given. And then I want to multiply this by a conversion factor. So write out a parentheses with a horizontal line. Then we want to put in this parentheses, we want to put centimeters in the denominator and meters in the numerator. That way my centimeters are going to cancel, okay? So then I also need to include the numbers from my conversion. I know there's, for every 1 meter, there is 100 centimeters. So if you notice, I have a centimeter here divided by a centimeter there. And that's going to cancel my centimeters. And so this is going to give me meters. So the last step is to do the arithmetic. So that is 20.2 divided by 100, which gives me 0.202 meters. Now, a couple of things that I want to point out that maybe might be confusing is the way that this is written out. So in parentheses, we have 1 divided by 100. Let's just write the numbers down. And then I have 20.2. So this is without the units. I have 20.2 times 1 over 100. So there's more than one way that you can actually calculate the final result. And so I want to show you just 2 of those ways. So one way is to go ahead and evaluate the fraction. I know that 1 divided by 100 is 0.01. So I can say 20.2 times 0.01. And you can do that in a calculator if you need to. And then I can multiply 20.2 times 0.01. And if you do that, you get 0.202. You can also write this out in, maybe this might be a more familiar way, 20.2 times 1 divided by 100. So notice that I'm just sort of reading this equation from left to right. 20.2 times, and then I go to the numerator, 1 divided by 100. And if I do 20.2 times 1, that's 20.2. And then I need to divide that by 100, and I get the same answer. Okay, so I want to make sure that you're familiar with how that math works so that these conversion factors maybe aren't as intimidating. So I just want to work through some more examples, and you're welcome to turn this off whenever you have enough examples. I'll work through 3 or 4 examples for you. Okay, so let's do another one here. Let's take let's do some something with mass. So let's say we want to convert 0.256 kilograms, and I want to convert that into grams. So again, we take what is given first. So that is 0.256 kilograms. And then I'm going to go ahead and multiply this by my conversion factor. So in my conversion factor, since I want to get rid of kilograms, I'll highlight that in green here. I want to get rid of kilograms. I want to put kilograms down here in the denominator. Okay, so I'm going to put kilograms right here. Then that means grams goes up here in the numerator. Okay, so those are my units. I also need the numbers to go with them. So how many grams are in a kilogram? There are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. So then I cancel my units, and I'm left with grams. So then the mathematics of this is 0.256 times 1,000 divided by 1. And that gives you 256 grams. All right, let's try another one. So let's do a unit of area. So let's do 5,642 centimeters squared and convert that to meters squared. Okay, so remember that in this case, I actually have 2 centimeters that I need to convert. So we're going to start with 5,642. And instead of writing centimeters squared, I'm going to write centimeters times centimeters, because that's what a centimeter squared is. Then I need to multiply this by my conversion factor. In this case, I want to put centimeters in the denominator, meters in the numerator, and then I'm going to put my number, which is 100 centimeters per meter. Notice that this conversion factor only converts 1 of the centimeters. So I need to do that whole conversion factor again. So when I do that, both of my centimeters have been converted into meters. And then the way this is going to work, let me show you 2 ways that we can evaluate this. We can take what's inside parentheses here, and what's inside the parentheses here is 0.01. 1 divided by 100 is 0.01. 1 divided by 100 is 0.01. So the numbers are 5,642 times 0.01, and then another times 0.01. So this is going to give me 0.5642 meters squared. Okay, so the other way that I could have done this is 5,642 times 1 divided by 100. times 1 divided by 100. And this would give me the same answer. So in your calculator, you can either divide by 100 twice, or you can multiply by 0.01 twice. All right, let's work through another one. Let's do a unit of time. So let's convert 1 hour into seconds. So if I have 1 hour, then I want to take that and multiply it by my conversion factor. In this case, there's in 1 hour, there's 3,600 seconds. And so this is going to cancel my hours, and that's 3,600 seconds. Let's say that you didn't know that there were 3,600 seconds in an hour. Well, you do know that in 1 hour, there's 60 minutes. You also know that in 1 minute, there's 60 seconds. So you could take 1 hour and multiply it by 60 minutes per 1 hour, and then multiply this by 60 seconds per 1 minute. So 1 times 60 times 60 is 3,600 seconds. Notice the hours cancel, then the minutes cancel, and I'm left with seconds. I'm not going to give you anything that complicated, in your quiz next week, but that's a nice example of how we can stack some conversion factors on top of each other. All right, so let's do one more, and let's take a unit of density or a quantity of density. Let's say we've got 1.1 gram per cubic centimeter. And I want to convert this into grams per cubic meter. No, we're not going to do that. No, let's do it. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to take this from grams per cubic centimeter into milligrams per cubic centimeter. There we go. So now we can take 1.1 grams per cubic centimeter. Notice the cubic centimeters doesn't change. So I can essentially ignore that in the conversion because I don't need to worry about changing its units. But I do need to take grams and turn it into milligrams. So notice that my grams are going to cancel in this, but I need to know that there's 1,000 milligrams in every 1 gram. And so this is going to give me 1,100 milligrams per cubic centimeter. Notice that my cubic centimeters didn't change. All I was changing was grams into milligrams. All right? So send me an email if you have questions, but I'll go ahead and post this video for you.